how excited are we all? A very warm welcome to the magnificent Co-op live here in the fabulous sporting city of Manchester, and what a fight city it's been over the years. It's the heavyweight matchup of 2026. Queensbury presents live on the global home of boxing, DAZN. Don't blink, what a promotional title for this one. Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois, I think it says down here, 95% knockout ratio. Jeopardy everywhere. Thunderous KO power. Promoter Frank Warren, straight to you. You've seen so many heavyweight battles over the decades, explosive all-British world encounters. I can't believe still that you have managed to make this, that Fabio and Daniel have signed, but we are, under 60 hours away from the first bell. Is it one of the greatest battles you've put together in this division?
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us here. And thank you to DAZN, home of heavyweight boxing, where all the big fights happen. Was it hard to put this together? No, it wasn't. I was actually quite shocked how easy it was. You've got Fabio, world champion, undefeated, no amateur experience, first fight back, first fight as a champion, first defence, fight Daniel Dubois. I mean, most guys after winning the title, they're looking for what you would consider to be an easier job. That's what he said. Daniel Dubois coming up a string of KO wins over 5 or 6 top 10 ranked fighters. Lost against Usyk, again, not a comeback fight, let's get straight back in the deep end. And these guys just said, that's what we want to do. And that's what they are. They're two tremendous fighting men. Tremendous fighting men. You know, you look at the level they fought at, none of them have gone backwards in any time. They've always gone to a tougher match or a top racing match. No easy jobs in between. And I'll take my hat off to them that they agreed to do this. This is a fabulous fight. Styles make the fight. You know it's going to be barn burner from the first bell, the way they walk forward. They're similar in as much that they both walk forward. They both are massive punchers, as I've just said. And you know you're going to be in for excitement. That's why we called it Don't Blink. Don't blink, because this has excitement and a great fight written all over it.
I couldn't agree with you more. I can't wait. Fabio, straight to you. People have questioned you over the years. White collar to world champion, a rocky story. Time and time again, you've proved them wrong. Adelaide, Clark, Hooney, and of course, Joseph Parker last time. Does this feel like your real world title fight against the most dangerous challenger that you could have picked?
Yeah, look, the thing is, I treat all of my fights like they're a world title fight, because, especially in this division, it takes one punch to change things, change the whole trajectory of your career. You could be up, you could be down, all very quickly. So, all of my fights were the biggest fights of my career going into them. This is another one on the list. So, I'm used to throwing myself into the deep end, used to picking the biggest, the toughest, whoever is out there, the best fight for me, and this is no different.
Daniel, you're younger, but you've got more experience at top level. 10 months on from Usyk at Wembley. How focused are you, and how important is this night in your career?
Very focused, very daunting, and you know, I've been there before, so I'm on it. You know. And by the way, Fabio, I heard you call me the dust man, and I'm going to collect the trash, boy. I'm going to collect that trash. I'm going to collect that trash. Nah, it's disrespect, so I'm going to put it right in the ring, boy. I'm going to put it right in the ring. Nah, man. Nah, I heard what you said. I'm going to bust his bubble anyway. That's what I've got to do.
Come on, let's go.
Fabio, pick up your mic and reply to Daniel so we can all hear.
I wasn't particularly sure what he said. I didn't call him what did you say, dust man? I didn't call you the dust man. Someone asked me what you might have as a job, and I said might be a bin man. There was nothing negative with that. Don't let other people get in your head and tell you what it comes across like.
I heard what you said.
You didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said. You don't run your own social media.
Alright, I heard.
So you didn't hear it. You let other people talk to you and tell you what you should be like. And it wasn't like that. I just got asked what job you might have. And I said a bin man. I didn't say it was a bad job.
Daniel, have you been rattled at all?
Not at all. I love this fight. This is the world title fight. So I'm 100% ready.
He's cool as a cucumber, Adam. Look at him. He's chilled.
I want to get to the media to ask a few questions before we go back to the boys. Who wants to kick us off?
Fabio, about 10 years ago, without experience, without much training, you used to go to London to spar Dillian Whyte, Derek Chisora, Richard Riakporhe, no fear. Now you have belts and money and a profile and an unbeaten record, and you're fighting Daniel Dubois. I wonder if you can compare 10 years apart those feelings and which is maybe a bit more scary.
Yeah, it's been a wild 10 years. It's been a roller coaster and on an upward trajectory. Things have been going at a high pace. But I came into boxing the same way you see me now, was just throwing myself into the deep end, jumping in with guys like Derek Chisora, like Dillian Whyte, like Richard Riakporhe, who have wealths of bags and bags more of experience than me. And me knowing that if I want to compete at the top level, I need to try and catch them boys up as quick as possible. And the best way to do that was to jump down in the ring with them and spar and get all the experience I could. And I haven't changed that perspective, that outlook. Is just, I take it from sparring or I take it into my fights professionally. I want the biggest and best test out there.
Derek said you had a screw loose.
Yeah, I did hear that. Derek said I had a screw loose. It kind of takes one to know one, I think. So I'll take it's a compliment from him, I think, because I think he's one of the people we put at the top of that list. So maybe I'm a close second behind him, but I'll take it. And don't get me wrong, I think most of us who are in this job, we're missing a few marbles. So maybe me and him are missing more than most.
Hello. Nice to obviously see what you've done with the boxing from the white collar to now. What would you say is the biggest difference between white collar boxing and professional, and what have you had to adjust to the most?
Yeah, where do you want to start? There's a huge amount of differences between white collar and professional boxing. I'm sure there is huge differences between amateur to professional as well. So that list is endless. It's just about being malleable, adjusting to the big nights, the big occasions, and not letting it all kind of build up and get to you more. Those white collar shows are obviously small scale when you compare them to something like this.
That's Eric Sutton.
Yeah, Eric Sutton, former white collar opponent of mine. Come on.
My questions for both the main event. What would you say the greatest strength and the biggest weakness of your opponent?
Do you know what? I think there may be two in the same. I think there might be mentality on both. I think sometimes you've seen in Daniel's fights, he's proven to be very durable, strong, mentally resilient, and I think in other fights, you've seen that lacking. So, for whatever reason, whether that be lacking confidence in training or the team around you haven't done the right job or whatever it be, it depends what Daniel turns up on the night. I think that can be a flip of a coin sometimes.
No comment. I'm there to show my pedigree, and there's levels to this.
Georgia for boxing now. Fabio, when it comes to belief, what do you believe is the major difference between your mindset and Daniel's mindset, and why do you believe you'll get the job done Saturday?
I believe that irrespective of pedigree, history, experience, me going into a fight, I believe that I can beat him regardless. Losing a round, losing all the rounds, whatever else, it doesn't matter what's going on in that fight. That faith, that belief in me is unwavering. It doesn't matter what circumstance happens before, it doesn't matter what's been going on in the fight. I'll always have 100% confidence that I can get my opponent out there and I can get the win, like I've proven time and time again.
Hello, this is Matt with the Zone News. It's a question for Don Charles. I heard an interview earlier this week that you said what you've been teaching Daniel, early on when you two linked up as a partnership is only just coming through now. Are we close to seeing Daniel at his peak?
Yeah, you could say that. I'm not exempt. Literally, everyone in the industry, every coach would say the same thing. Like, when you teach somebody a skill, a new set of skills, it takes time to get into their system, where they then start to do it naturally. That's what I was meaning by that.
Question for Fabio. The fight against Joe was worthy of a world title fight. You obviously got elevated afterwards. I wonder, having not defended and won it in the ring yet, is there added pressure or importance to you personally to have that moment to have your arm race in the ring on Saturday?
Yeah, it's not pressure, but it is important to me, definitely. Look, as fighters, as boxers, we all have this kind of fairy tale or dream or picture perfect kind of scene of how it's all going to look when you win a world title, and mine looked a bit different kind of to the way I envisioned it. So not being able to hear and the new on the night and have the belt kind of handed to me and announced over to me was I guess bittersweet in a sense. I'm never going to cry about becoming a world champion and kind of how it was done, but yeah, Saturday night I'll be able to kind of have the full bells and whistles with the show, and it won't be and the new, but it will be and still, and it will taste just as sweet.
In common second that question to Daniel, then maybe a reply from Fabio. Daniel, we've seen Fabio in numerous of his fights, the nose going bust and bleed. Is that a target for you in this fight? And Fabio, it's obviously not 100%.
Every shot that lands, really, every shot that lands. I'm not looking for no particular target, but every shot that lands and to come away as the new champion.
Fabio, it's obviously not 100% coming into this fight. Is it something you have to tell referees, like if it goes, I'm not hurt, and is there a way you have to specifically defend from that going on the night?
Yeah, no one needs to worry about a little bit of blood. Like, it's all right. It's the game we're getting. Like, you get a few cuts, a few bruises, whatever else. Like, I've been in fights before. I've had cuts and whatever else. It's nothing new to me. So look, if it goes in this fight, then it goes. But no one panic. Don't worry. The situation's still under control.
Andrew McCart, IFO TV. This one's for Frank. Frank, I've heard you say a number of times that this fight is going to be the UK's version of Hagler and Hearns. Can we expect nothing more than a 3-round war here on Saturday night?
It's got fight written all over it, hasn't it? Their styles, the way they are. That's what everybody's buying into here. And it's not an old guy fighting a young guy. They're at their prime. These two guys have come through. They turned pro on the same day. They've got the same length of time in the business. This is quite unusual to happen at this stage of the game. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing fight. It's going to be an amazing atmosphere in the best venue in the country. It's just going to be something special. And I promote fights. I've promoted fights for nearly 49 years now. I've been doing it a long, long time. This fight excites me. This will be, I believe, fight of the year. It's a fantastic fight card, and this main event is something extra special, and I believe it'll be one of those fights that people will be speaking about in years to come.
Thanks very much. Great questions from all of you out there. Wow, professional on the same day. Isn't it a wonderful path, this business, how they meet now, years later, two incredible fighters, incredible careers, but behind those are great teams, of course. Mike on this side, we've got Riz and Sam, and of course Don has already spoken on there. I just want to go to Riz Khan first of all. Riz, you've been there with Daniel through the highs and the lows. What have you seen differently in this build-up, maybe to before Usyk or even before that great run that Daniel had going into that fight?
Thanks, Adam. So I've been working with Daniel now for 2 years, and if I'm going to be totally honest, the 2 years I've seen a dedicated professional who's been completely on point with his training, with his diet, nutrition and everything else. So Has there been a massive step up over the last few weeks? No, not massive step up, because he's been a consummate professional. From the age of 8, this young man has been in the gym with his father, just developing as a talented athlete. And one of the questions which riles me, and I'm not sure why the media keep pushing on this angle of Daniel's temperament and his mindset. What I've seen is, over the last 5 years, he's lost to one generational great in Usyk. And before that, his only loss was when he had a broken eye socket. So when it comes to temperament, when it comes to that passion,